Saturday Breakfast Show. This is the entertainment segment. My name is Theophilus Elama, and as usual, I am with my co-host, Adebanke Odunwi. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Great. How was the week for you?
It was good, eventful, entertainment-wise, but I'm sure you will soon tell our audience what happened.
Okay, so let's go there now straight, of course. This week was quite a busy week for everyone in the entertainment industry, of course, for practitioners in the nation's film industry, starting with the announcement of cross-dresser Bobrisky as the best-dressed female at the premiere of Beast of Two Worlds, produced by Eniola Ajao. Of course, this caused a lot of back and forth as industry stakeholders were shocked at this announcement, thereby putting Femi Adebayo in a place he never, ever wants to be. After the back and forth, Eniola Ajao, producer of the movie, gave a heartfelt apology on Instagram, announcing an award of 1 million naira each to two women, making them the winners of Best Dressed at the premiere. Of course, that starts our discussion in the weekly entertainment. Okay, so looking at that, it was a full week. A lot happened in the industry this week.
But this was a trending story.
This was a trending story.
But like
from Sunday of the premiere till even yesterday.
Yesterday they were still talking about it.
Still talking about it. It trended so much. A lot of people, you saw Tony Abraham's reaction.
Diana
Yes, and Diana Musa announced Bobrisky's
as a female best dressed, as the best dressed female. But I'm like, are we? What is the point of the award? Are we saying that, are we giving the best person that is dressed as a female, or the female that is dressed best at the event? So I'm wondering if maybe one day, if you just decide that, oh, you want to wear Banke's dress to an event,
so I'll win,
and you go there and you win money, we'll share it, because it's my dress anyways, but no problem, but still.
Okay, we'll wear a wig though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely wig, so yeah.
All right, so you can see the video there of Femi Adebayo making the announcement. He got a lot of bashing, with a lot of people thinking that he brought in Bobrisky to get the award, but he just announced.
Well, yeah, it was just an announcer actually. They told him what to say. I mean, it's showbiz. They usually tell you these things beforehand, and all. And I mean,
well, it's the industry. All right, so
sure?
let's move on to our guest this morning. Of course, we have an interview segment, and we have two titans in the industry. Of course, Kemi Adekomi and Olawako both are using the power of film to inspire positive change in the society. So today, this morning, first off, we'll begin with Kemi Adekomi, who's an award-winning Nollywood actress, producer, director, and founder of the Olukemi advocacy move against child sexual abuse. And with her latest film project, Unleashed, Adekomi is attempting to address child abuse from a fresh perspective. Renowned for her acclaimed advocacy film, Dark Clouds, which was disseminated free of charge to secondary schools across Nigeria, Adekomi has been instrumental in educating and empowering children to combat this societal menace. Ladies and gentlemen, let's shift our focus to Adekomi, Kemi Adekomi at this point. Of course, she's talking about her newest endeavor, Unleashed. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming at this point.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you have been in the industry for quite a long time. Before we get into Unleashed, let's talk about what happened this week.
Do you want to do this?
Yes,
yes,
I want
to.
Okay. On the issue of the best dressed.
Yes, what is your take?
Well, a lot of people who are close to me, they know my take already. So
Nigerians want to know your take.
As far as I'm concerned, that was all shades of wrong. But the thing is, the producer has apologized. I believe in the power of apology. So personally, I've let it go. It was a wrong move. She has realized it. She has apologized. Let's just let it go and let's enjoy the film. That's it.
Truly, just enjoy the film, of course. So, Unleashed now is your latest body of work after Dark Clouds. You've been doing advocacy films over time. Why have you been doing that?
Okay, so first off, a lot of people have asked me what inspired my move to take on this particular advocacy. And some said, were you abused as a child? But interestingly, the answer is no. I wasn't abused as a child, but a few years ago, something happened to me, someone close to me, something happened, and it just jolted me into the reality that this actually could get close to home than we know. So before then, I mean, while I was growing up as a child, I've always loved children. I mean, there was just something about children I didn't, even though I was a child. Over time, I realized I really do love kids. I want to do something for children. But of course, I mean, I would chop better food, they think of helping others, you know. So, but when I grew up into an adult, I said, okay, I'm ready for this. But God, what do you want me to do? I didn't get it. So when this particular incident happened, I said, okay, that's it. Advocacy against child sexual abuse. And you see, advocacy against child abuse is broad. I chose child sexual abuse particularly because the inspiration came from something that happened to someone close to me. And I decided, okay, as a filmmaker, I mean, I can lend my voice through making films. Apart from that, I mean, the advocacy also, we've done workshops, you know, we do social media campaigns, quite a number of things, you know, just to help at least curtail this menace. Even though sometimes I feel like, is this really going to ever end? Like, it just seems it's appalling. But you see, the thing is, like I was telling someone in a WhatsApp group yesterday, we all cannot say, you know, consign me. You know, we just have to keep trying. Do your bits and leave the rest. So that's where the dream came
Well,
from.
how's the journey been from studying microbiology to going into film, to producing, to directing, and now to taking up some advocacy work? I mean, you must have a very busy schedule. We're very honored to have you this morning.
Thank you very much. Okay, so the thing is, yes, I studied microbiology, but okay, so, you know, back in the days, I felt like, I think I wasn't even meant to be in the science class in the first place because a lot of people who are close to me, they'd be like, you should be a lawyer or maybe you should have studied mass communication or something, you know. But when I left 8 to 5, I think 2010, yes. So I decided I was going to be an entrepreneur. The interesting part is that I actually went to learn interior design. Professionally, I did interior design for a couple of years, like I did it professionally. You know, but a friend of mine, Kenny, said to me, I think in 2016, he said, Kemi, why not? Because I've always wanted to switch, you know, from sciences to art somehow. Because I started my acting career as early 2000s. But, you know, then, you know, I was rounding up university then, so it was kind of difficult combining everything together. But by 2016, I mean, I was done having kids. I was ready to, you know, take on everything. So he said, Kemi, just attend the National Broadcast Academy. And I said, okay. So in 2017, I attended the academy, and interestingly, I studied broadcasting and presentation. So I ended up working in a radio station as a newscaster for a couple of years. You know, and then I had my own radio program and everything. But I knew that I wanted to come back into film, you know, so I just started going back to auditions. Man, I did audition tire, like, I came back with a lot of what we call waka pass, you know, I did a lot of 2017.
auditions in Surulere.
Ah, you know all those places that,
Talori, all those areas.
you know those areas.
Why?
I go audition, like a lot of auditions, some will call you back to give you one small role, but I just wanted to come back. And I knew that I believe in gradual steps. That's the kind of person that I am. So 2017 was year of auditions, waka pass, but somehow I just got a lead role in 2018, and I can say that the rest is history. I think I can say that. That's for my acting career. So in 2019, I decided, okay, let me take this a step further. I want to start making films. So I made my first film, Vendetta, and it was a success. Even though I made mistakes, I'm not gonna lie. I made a lot of mistakes that, of course, I learned from. You know, you have to make mistakes to learn. So I began my career in production, and I also attended Del York Academy to learn the business of film production. I attended the Ebony Life Academy to learn directing. I mean, that's who I am. I love to learn. Everything that I do, I want to be an expert. I want to be able to speak with, you know, professionalism. So 2021, I started directing, and of course, the rest, like I said, is history.
So when you talked about getting waka pass roles back there, it just came to mind the days of Nobi Streets, you know, National Stadium, where you get there and you see a lot of actors standing and waiting to be auditioned.
Yes.
I think the days are different now, where we have a lot of people to pick from.
Yes.
Unlike back in the day when we had the likes of Zakoji.
Yes.
Very few people growing the industry to what it is now.
Yes.
But tell us about Unleashed.
Okay, like you rightly said, Unleashed is my latest project. Just before then, I released Hell and Fury, which is 100% commercial. You know, Unleashed tells the story of child sexual abuse from a different perspective entirely. So when I shot Dark Clouds was basically for children, not like adults can't watch it, but I wanted it to relate directly with children, you know, pass the message directly to them. If this happens, what do you do? This can happen. When it happens, this is what you do, and all of that. And that's why we're taking around secondary schools, showing free of charge, absolutely free of charge, because it is my own way of giving back to the society and to children especially. So, but Unleashed is from another dimension entirely. Now, Unleashed is talking about child sexual abuse from the perspective of a boy child who was abused by a male when he was a child, and then he grew up into an adult, and everything about him just got messed up. Now, we are trying to say that, you see, these things may happen, but at the end of the day, when you grow up into an adult, how do you let it affect you? Because I got inspiration of this film from a friend. I was having a discussion with a male friend of mine, and when he told me his story, I was really stunned. I don't know if it's something I can share, but, well, he's married, but he told me some things. I'm like, okay. Like,
I can't believe he went through that.
Yeah, like even I don't know if it's okay to talk about it, but you know, he said it tends to like something, and I'm like, why? Why is this happening? And it took me back to his childhood. And you know, that inspired me to tell this story from that perspective. Abusing a boy child, you know, by a male, and how he grew up to become what he became. You know, it's a very emotional story that I strongly believe that people relate with. And of course, that's my passion, telling stories that people relate with, especially as regards child sexual abuse. So we shot last month. We're ready now. And one of the things that I love to do with my advocacy films is, because it's not commercial, I'm not selling, I'm not making money from it, but like I said, it's just my own way of giving back. Yeah. So basically, we're going to have a premiere. But basically, we're going to send it out to festivals, because festivals, you get to reach thousands of people that you ordinarily wouldn't reach. Not because of awards or anything, no, but because I believe that a lot of people would see the film and they can get the message that the film has to offer.
But how important is it for filmmakers to continue to make films like this? Because it's not very often that we see films that talk about issues like rape and like Stephanie Coker's documentary last week, PCOS and stuff like that. How important is it?
It's really important, I must say. But you see, the thing is, we all cannot do the same thing, and we all do not have the same passion. People who are close to me know how passionate. In fact, they threw me out of one WhatsApp group recently because I was, you know, like, I'm so passionate about it that it's just me, it's just who I am. I cannot say because you're a filmmaker, you have to. It is your choice. It is my own choice to do this because I understand why I'm doing this, and I understand the power behind what I'm doing. So I know a couple of my colleagues who also do this, you see, but the thing is, all of us cannot make advocacy films. Some are just basically commercial, make money, and that's it. But those of us doing it, I mean, we're trying our best, and we're hoping that, you know, sometimes it looks like everything we're doing isn't even working, because just recently, I've handled so many cases that prior to this, I didn't believe it was possible. I was speaking to my mom some time ago, and I told her that I've had so many cases where fathers abuse their own daughters. And my mom is like, is that even possible? I said, hello, mama. These things happen. I've handled so many times they would call me. In fact, the recent one, the father impregnated the daughter, and the girl was already 5 months by the time I heard. You know, so we hear these stories, and it just hits me personally real bad. So like you said, I mean, it's important we do this, but all of us cannot do it. But quite a number of us are doing it, and we're hoping that, you know, the message goes out there, and in our own little way, we can at least curtail it, even if we can't eradicate it. Of course, we are praying and hoping that it can be eradicated. I don't know, somehow. We just hope. Yeah.
All right, Kemi, thank you so much for coming, of course, for talking to us on this. When is the premiere?
It should be in May sometime.
In May, okay. So
we're just short, so yeah.
Don't worry, we're here for you. Thank you very much for coming and talking to us about your latest body of work, of course. Thank you so much. Of course, we do believe that it will gain the necessary impact and go far and wide. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
So we'll take a quick break and return with a thespian of repute, Ola Awakon. He will join us quite shortly.